What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Dr. Splash. We've been killing it the last few days. Let's keep it rolling, man. I've made my decision. We're going all in on YouTube, right? Like, we're gonna ride this bitch till the end. So, if you want to get all of my scan servers, hundreds and thousands of characters, tens of thousands of comics, anime scans, all these things, hundreds of characters fully scaled, all these things. People pay me for my research, right? Been doing it for years. One of the best in the game. I take a lot of pride in it. Shout out my boy GB for helping me gather all these things as well. But at 100K subs, as a payment back to Yancey Street, I will make all my scan servers free access to my subs. The only one that won't be free will be my battle core, because we do a bunch of stuff like deciding my video schedule, coming up with video ideas, all that. It's really fun. Hit me up if you're interested in joining it, or if you want to see your favorite content on the channel. But with that out the way, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want all my stuff for free, let's get me to 100K. I love y'all so much. Now, this is a part of the Invasion series, right? We've been doing very well with the Invasion series. You guys seem to be enjoying it. And this is where we take a character and throw them into a different verse. We've been using Marvel and DC. Today, shout out to Griffo from my battle core. He actually cashed out one of his video tokens on this. This will be Gorr the God Butcher. He is heading into the DC universe. Now, we need to review what Gorr is actually capable of, because some people might be quite confused on where he stands, given he was recently shown in the MCU. Maybe that's your only experience with him and whatnot. Gorr the God Butcher is one of the greatest crash outs in fiction, right? Like, this is literally a dude who was tripping because his family and all his people were poor and starving and dying. And then he saw that some gods were fighting, right? And the gods had never answered his prayers before. So when they dropped down and left the weapon, he said, you know what? These gods are bitches. I'm picking the strap up and I'm getting active. What he picked up was the Necro Sword, or the All Black, allowing him to gain its power and to go on one of the craziest god-killing streaks in fiction history. Like, literally, think of all the gods Kratos has put on a t-shirt, right? You did not even come within 1/1000th of how many Gorr has literally killed in Marvel, okay? It's absurd. So let's get into why he's so capable. First of all, the true nature of the Necro Sword in All Black cannot be understated. As shown in Marvel Comics, this sword derives from a realm that's on the underside of the Omniverse. What that means is while there is higher realms that we think of going upwards, whether it be the likes of, you know, the heavenly realms, the likes of the one above all's realms, the House of Ideas, the White Hot Room, these are transcendental realms beyond time, space, dimensions, all concepts, all archetypes. And by the way, I'm planning on doing a Why Marvel Comics is Boundless, so you guys have an understanding of the modern cosmology and why it scales to boundless or super high out or whatever the fuck you want to choose. Because there's probably going to be a Marvel cosmic reset next year. They just dropped that news. So we're going to get that out the way. But back on topic, the Unbeyond is where the All Black comes from. And this stands in opposition, or on the opposite side of the outside of the Omniverse, to the Beyonders, the Ivory Kings, the engine room of creation. It's like the dark side of that, kind of like a dark multiverse aspect, right? So we already know how strong the Beyonders are. I mean, these are characters that are above time, space, stories, and even certain narratives, right? Like literally the narratives of the cosmos they overcome, and they're the ones that are supposed to stop the super celestial war from happening again. Stupidly capable, easily high outer, right? Well, given that nature, obviously, the All Black coming from the Unbeyond gives it the inherent power of something of a Beyonder tier threat, which makes sense given what Gorr is able to pull off. And keep in mind, Gorr gets stronger as he goes on. The more he gets acclimated to the All Black, the more he becomes one with it, the more skilled, like, just, he's nasty with it. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I like seeing Gorr use it more than Null, because I feel like Gorr really gets active. So this dude went to the Infinity City, basically. Oh my God, I almost fucked that up. And he found where every pantheon of gods were throughout the infinite multiverse, right? Because these gods can proliferate everywhere across time and space. It might not just be one, like you could have several iterations, right? And then true forms or whatnot. So he starts going on a murder spree across these pantheons. And keep in mind, there's infinite pantheons. It's an infinite library. And he's erasing entire parts of this library. They are literally getting taken out by Gorr's genocide, which of course Thor is the one that pulls up and is like, oh shit, I gotta be the one to try and stop this. Now, what makes Gorr so dangerous is not only is he stupidly powerful in terms of AP, given where the Unbeyond and All Black scales, but Gorr himself is wildly skilled, has become wildly skilled with it. He can matter manipulate, he can transmutate, he can create constructs to battle for him. And these constructs are stupidly broken. Just a couple of his like mid-grade constructs can battle King Thor. Like they can straight up brawl with him and keep him trapped, right? He can send an army to easily take over Asgard and keep King Thor trapped. Nothing he can do about it. Just has to sit there and get his ass beat. It's crazy. Like his constructs alone beat the shit out of those characters, right? And then you have Gorr himself, who's obviously way stronger than that, and is all black, can take you over. It can erase you, destroy you. It can take away immortality. It can kill immortals straight up, given it's beyond time, space, and stories. This makes sense. So you could attribute some narrative erasure to it as well, given he's erasing gods from the library. It's crazy. And then he has even better stuff in modern times. This is a Gorr that recently came back, and that makes sense because you can't really die if you come from the Unbeyond or if you're attached to it. So he comes back and he battles the Phoenix Force. Now, mind you, this is the fucking Phoenix Force that fought the Enigma. The Enigma was supposed to be something that initially was considered a threat to potentially the House of Ideas. Like, this is something beyond time, space, dimensions, stories, all these things. It's fucking with the White Hot Room. It's crazy. Phoenix had to pull up and fade Enigma by using every mutant ever, right? Becoming like this massive being, taking them on. That happens, and then Gorr pulls up on Phoenix. Next story, right? Gorr beats Phoenix. Phoenix dies and has to resurrect and get stronger to beat Gorr, which just shows you how stupidly powerful Gorr truly is at this point. So we've gotten the God Butcher out of the way. We've gotten to where he scales. We've shown how stupidly powerful he is, especially in the modern sense. So if we send the God Butcher into DC Comics, how does this play out? First of all, smash the like button if you're hyped, because you already know there's going to be a lot of bloodshed. Let's get this out the way. For one, the first characters he's going to try to interact with, I think, narratively would make sense for it to be gods, right? So he's going to search out for these gods. Now, he might confuse a few characters for gods, right? Like, he might come across them and be like, huh, this is kind of weird. And first characters I think of he might interact with are lanterns. Like, he might run into some Green Lanterns that are on some shit, right? Like, they're like, yo, we're gonna arrest you. And he's seen these characters flying through space with these rings of, and obviously he has energy reading, all these things. He's gonna be like, yo, this is a stupidly powerful power source. These might be gods themselves or whatever. Smiting Green Lanterns, right? Like, the Green Lanterns are not beating Gorr. You might have like peak scaling for like a Hal or a Stewart. And like, they, granted, I do think they could give them a proper scrap-a-doodle, but no, like standard Green Lanterns, no, I don't see them beating Gorr. They're probably gonna get butchered. In terms of the landscape of the gods, right? Let's say he accesses the gods. This is interesting because most gods in DC, I do think he kills. Like, because you gotta think about who the gods are, right? Like, yes, Darkseid is a god. I don't think he beats Darkseid. I'll get that out the way. This current Darkseid, nah, Gorr don't want that. I'm sorry, Gorr, we don't want that. We're gonna avoid that fade. So yeah, that Darkseid, true. Stupidly broken. Orion, in my opinion, one of the more broken ones. That's a proper fucking scrap. Current Orion is using the power of the Source fully. He's like not restricted. That'd be a proper scrap, right? I'm not quite sure who wins between current Orion and Gorr. I think that's a high diff if Gorr wins, right? Like, I think that's really tough. Like, that's a really tough call. I'm not quite sure if he could pull that off. Like, Superman did recently stop Orion fairly easily. So I don't know, but that's a tough scrap. That's a tough scrap. Now, we're moving on to the other gods, in which, like, a Calabac, Mr. Miracle, like these characters, I don't think they're beating Gorr. Like, I think the more minor gods in DC, I think Gorr could kill Ares. I don't think Ares is weak by any means, but these characters, mind you, Ares and like his father, they got thugged by the likes of Spectre pretty casually. And obviously Darkseid, current Darkseid's above Spectre, so there's levels to godhood in DC. That's what I'm getting at. So the lower gods, the ones that aren't like just narratively stupid OP, I do think Gorr would start butchering them. Guardians of the Galaxy? Are you shitting me? Butchered. Like, he's gonna see the I hope, you know what, I'm saying it myself. I hope Gorr finds the Guardians of the Galaxy. I hope. That's not the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Guardians of the Universe. My bad, Star-Lord. But the Ganthet and crew, those frauds, oh my God, t-shirts for all of them. Gorr's running their pockets. They suck ass, like they are done. I think where Gorr runs into trouble is if he makes the mistake of running up on one of like the top tier characters, right? I think a Wally West is fast enough to start combating the likes of Gorr. If he has help from Superman, they're putting in that work. Like, that's a tough day for Gorr. I think there is a very good chance Gorr runs down on the wrong one. Like, if he does run, like, Gorr's not a bitch, okay? I'm definitely not gonna paint the picture he won't want the smoke. This fucker ran down on Phoenix. He would definitely run down on Darkseid. Probably where he gets cooked. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he is all smoke all the time. All these gods can get it. That's a curse and a blessing, right? Because he's stupidly powerful, and with his aggression, he's putting down most of DC. But when he runs into the higher tier characters, a Wally, Superman, Aquaman trio, that's gonna put in work with Dr. Fate at full power. Like, that's tough for him to combat. If he pulls up on World Forger, Time Trapper, Doomsday, proper scrap, he probably goes down, right? Like, there's the Legion of Superheroes, Superboy Prime. There's several characters that can take out Gorr. But I think it's important that we emphasize that Gorr's gotten a lot stronger than we initially put him at. He's a lot stronger than people initially thought. And ultimately, I think he has a fair argument for destroying most of DC. It's just ultimately the amount of noise he would make, the amount of aggression he has, and the fact that he's not going to duck any fades, it's going to get him wet up eventually by one of the higher tiers. But overall, I think Gorr goes on a hell of a run in DC. I think he kills a majority of the gods except the higher tier narrative ones. And overall, he's a beast, but I don't think he solos DC, right? I think the higher tiers eventually do bring him down, but he does take out most. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. How do you think Gorr does in this invasion? I mean, if we're talking about his constructs alone, like, he brings his construct army, they're taking out most of DC, and then he's contending with the higher tiers. So with that in mind, yeah, like, he's gonna put in work, but he's gonna make a lot of noise, and the higher tiers will eventually take care of that. But shout out to Gorr, shout out to Griffo for requesting this video, and let me know in the comment section down below, who should be next in the Invasion series, and what other universes should we add to the Invasion series? If we were to move on from just Marvel and DC being invaded, what other realms would you like to see invaded? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, it's been your host, Dr. Splash. I've been doing double uploads, so expect another one today. And remember, it's Yancey Street, bitches.